Shiva Puranam, Rudra Samhita, Parvati Khanda, Chapter 25. 7 sages test the devotion of Parvati. Narada said, after the departure of Brahma, Vishnu and other gods from that place, what happened thereafter? O dear one, what did Shiva do? At what time Shiva went to bestow boon on Parvati? You kindly speak out the story with pleasure. Brahma said, after the departure of the gods like Brahma and other to their respective abodes, Shiva, in order to test the tapas of Parvati, who was engrossed in meditation, started thinking about the Atma Tattva by means of his own soul, who is greater than the greatest, free from illusion and obsessions, and lodged within itself. The bull bannered Lord Shiva was then turned in the form which no one could understand his movements, because he happened to be the Creator and the Supreme Lord. Brahma said, O Narada, at that point of time, Parvati was performing hard tapas, observing which even Shiva felt surprised. Being subservient to the devotee, he ended his samadhi. Then Shiva, the creator, recalled Vasishtha and other sages in his mind. All the 7 sages, delightfully praising Shiva, arrived there. Feeling pleased, they offered their salutation to Lord Shiva and started eulogizing him with choked voice, folded hands, and lowering their heads. The 7 sages said, O Mahadeva, the Lord of the gods, O ocean of mercy, O Lord, we people feel graceful today by your remembering us. What is the purpose of your calling us here? Kindly get us the command. Be merciful on us like your own devotees. Salutation to you. Brahma said, Shiva, the ocean of compassion, having been thus addressed by the sages, the Lord with blossoming lotus like eyes said, Maheshwara said, O my dear 7 sages, listen to my words urgently. You are my best well-wisher and are all knowledgeable. Presently, Parvati, the daughter of Himalaya, is performing tapas with a concentrated mind. O Brahmanas, she, together with her maids, is engaged in tapas to achieve me as her husband, leaving all her other desires. O sages, all of you, at my command, go there and lovingly put to test her firmness in her resolve. O ascetics, at my command you can utter deceitful words, shedding all the doubt. Brahma said, thus at the command of Shiva, all the 7 sages went to the place where Parvati was performing tapas, being the mother of the universe. Reaching there, the sage found Parvati, the image incarnate of the penance, and was illumining with her own glory. All the 7 ascetics then offered their hearty salutation to the goddess. Having been honored by the goddess Bhagavati, the rishis said, O daughter of Giriraja, what for are you performing the penance? Who is the god of your liking? You tell us. Brahma said, when the sages so spoke to her, Shiva, the daughter of Giriraja, in spite of being secret, she spoke truthfully before them. Parvati said, O excellent sages, you listen to my words with your heart full of love. I am going to reveal the truth, whatever has been thought by me. Listening to my impossible words, you people will laugh at me. O Brahmanas, I am feeling shy to speak out. What should I do? My stable mind is helplessly attempting at a great task and intends to raise a huge wall over the water. I am performing tapas at the command of the divine sage Narada. The desire of my heart is that Lord Shiva should be my husband. The featherless bird in the form of my mind is stubbornly flying in the sky. The hope of mine can be fulfilled only by Lord Shiva and none else. Brahma said. Listening to these words of Parvati, the sages smilingly honored Girija, but spoke false and deceitful words. The rishis said, "You are not aware of the cruel mind of Narada, having a stone like heart in spite of your possessing enormous learnings." Narada also tells the falsehood and indulges in the churning of others' minds. By listening to his words, one has to face all round misery. With your noble wisdom, you better listen to this beautiful story, which I am going to narrate quite lovingly. You better lodge it in your mind. Daksha Prajapati, at the command of his father, achieved 10,000 sons from his wife and made them to perform tapas. All those sons went to the western ocean for the performing of the tapas. Narada also reached there. He rendered them deceitful advice, as a result of which they never returned to their abode. On hearing thus, Daksha was annoyed. Brahma advised them properly. Then he, giving birth to another 1,000 sons, who were again sent for the performing of tapas. At the command of their father, they also proceeded for tapas. Narada again went to them for rendering advice, who also followed the path of their brothers. They also became the bhikshus and never returned to their abode. O Parvati, this type of the behavior of Narada is well known in the world. He makes the people like recluses. There was a Vidyadhara named Chitraketu in earlier times. The sages advised him and he deserted his home. By advising Prahlada, he made him suffer badly at the hands of his father. He is in the habit of spoiling the wisdom of others. To whomsoever advice was rendered by Narada, he, deserting his house, usually lived on begging. Narada is deceitful at heart and is beautiful to look at. All of us know him pretty well, being his companions. The skylark is called to be a devotee or a gentle bird from a distance. But does he not eat the fish? In fact, an associate knows the conduct of an associate. You are respected by the people with wisdom, and you also, at his advice, becoming foolish, are performing the hard tapas. O girl, the one for whom you are performing the hard tapas is perpetually indifferent, unblemished, and the enemy of Kamadeva. He has inauspicious body, is shameless, has no home or the pedigree. He remains naked and is ill featured. He is associated with ghosts and goblins. He remains naked and carries a trident. The rogue of the sage Narada has destroyed your wisdom. With your illusion and confusing you has made and confusing he has made you to perform the tapas. What type of comfort are you going to enjoy by getting such a type of husband? O Girija, you just think over it. Earlier, he married the virtuous daughter of Daksha named Sati and could not maintain her even for a few days. Raising some blemish in her, he deserted her after some time. The Lord then went on meditating on his own form, free from stains, sorrows, and sported happily. He is single, without a second, and without attachment. He is after salvation. O gentle lady, how can a woman put up with him? Even now, O fortunate one, leaving aside the evil ideas, you go home and you will surely meet welfare. The groom suitable to you is the one possessing all the virtues, who lives in Vaikuntha, who is the Lord of Lakshmi and is well versed in all the sports. We shall arrange for your marriage with him. He can make you comfortable in all respects. You leave the stubbornness and, O Parvati, be comfortable. Brahma said, Parvati, the mother of the universe, listening to such types of words, she laughed and spoke to the omniscient sages thus. Parvati said, O sages, whatever has been spoken by you could be correct from your point of view, but O Brahmanas, I am unable to discard my stubbornness. I have been born of the mountain, therefore the hardness is quite natural with me. Therefore, you kindly don't dissuade me from my path. The words of the divine sage Narada are quite beneficial for me, which will never be neglected by me, because according to the people well versed in the Vedas, the words of the preceptors are always beneficial. The words of the preceptors are always beneficial, and those who believe in them firmly, they never face misery in this as well as the future worlds. Those who feel that the words of the preceptor are not true, they can never be comfortable in this world nor in the world after death. They always feel miserable. O Brahmanas, one should not neglect the words of the preceptors either in the house or in the forest. Therefore, my stubbornness will surely provide comfort to me. O sages, whatever has been spoken by you is improper. I shall point out in brief the real meaning of the same. You have described Vishnu as the above all and having all the noble virtues who roams about everywhere, and that is true. And for the vices pointed out by you in Shiva, I am going to give the reason for the same. Shiva is the supreme Brahman, is the unblemished one. He takes to many forms for the sake of his devotees. He is not interested in displaying his worldly splendor. Shiva moves in the form of an avadhut, remains engrossed in the bliss, and is the personified supreme bliss. To adorn one's body with the ornaments is a matter of illusion. He is Brahman and he keeps himself away from the illusion. He is the Lord, Nirguna, unborn, free from illusion of invisible movement and a cosmic being. O Brahmanas, Shiva does not shower his blessings on the ground of faith, caste, etc. I know Shiva only through the blessings of the preceptor. O Brahmanas, in case Shiva fails to marry me, I shall ever remain a virgin. I am speaking the truth. In case the sun rises from the west or the Meru mountain becomes mobile, even if the fire becomes cool or the lotuses bloom over the rock at the top of the mountain, my stubbornness cannot be removed. I am speaking the truth. Brahma said, thus speaking, and then bowing to the sages, the daughter of the mountain kept quiet and remembered Shiva with a devoted mind. The sages on realizing the firmness of Parvati appreciated her and bestowed the excellent blessings on her. The sages who had arrived to test the faith of Parvati felt delighted after bowing to Parvati and at once returned to the place of Shiva. Reaching the place of Shiva, they apprised him of the factual position and then taking leave of him with respect went back to the heaven. Iti Shri Shiva Mahapurane Dvitiyayang Rudra Samhitayang Tritiye Parvati Khande Saptarshi Krita Pariksha Varnano Nama Panchavingshodhyayah. Chapter 26. Conversation between Jatila and Parvati. Brahma said, after the departure of the sages, Shiva, the creator of the universe, himself resolved to put Parvati to test. On the pretext of testing her, Shiva took to a form with matted locks of hair. He proceeded onto the peak of Gauri Shankara. Taking to the form of an old Brahmana, shining with brilliance, he was delighted in his mind. He carried an umbrella and a staff to support him. He found the goddess seated over a pedestal surrounded by the maids. She looked like the digit of the moon. Shiva, who is well disposed towards his devotees, having the form of a Brahmacari, finding Uma there, lovingly went to her. Finding a Brahmana's arrival to her place, Shiva called for the material and adored him. She lovingly observing all the formalities welcomed him and respectfully inquired of his welfare. Parvati said, "Who are you, arriving here in the form of a Brahmachari? Where from have you arrived? You are well versed in the Vedas, and the entire forest is illumining with your brilliance." Brahmana said, "I am an old Brahmana, roaming about at will. I am intelligent, ascetic, who bestows happening, helping others. Who are you? Who is your father? What for are you performing the hard tapas in this lonely forest, which is beyond the reach of even the sages? You are neither a small girl nor an old woman. You are the beautiful damsel. What for are you performing the tapas without your husband, O beautiful ascetic? Are you the wife of someone who does not take care of you, or has he deserted you? You tell me, in which race are you born? Who is your father? What is your name? You seem to be extremely fortunate and are uselessly performing tapas. Are you your Savitri, who gave birth to the Vedas, or are you Savitri who gave birth to the Vedas, or are you Lakshmi or Saraswati, or either one of them? I would like to know about you." Parvati said, "O Brahmana, I am neither Savitri nor Lakshmi nor Saraswati. I am Parvati, the daughter of Himalaya. In my earlier birth, I had been the daughter named Sati of Daksha Prajapati. My father denounced my husband. Then I burnt my body with the yogic fire. As luck would have it, then I became the daughter of Himalaya and got Shiva, fortunately, but he burnt Kamadeva to ashes. Then he left me and went away. After his departure, due to my mental agony, I was upset and resolved to perform hard tapas, and with that end in view, I reached over the bank of Swaraganga. After performing tapas for a long time, unable to find my husband, I thought to entering the fire, but in the meantime I found you and have stopped here for some time. You can go, because I intend to enter in the fire, because Shiva has not accepted me. Wherever shall I take birth, I shall get Shiva as my husband." Brahma said. Thus speaking, Parvati, in full view of Shiva, entered the fire in spite of his preventing her from doing so. But due to the influence of Shiva, the fire for Parvati became cool like the sandal paste. Remaining in the fire for some time, when she found that the fire was unable to burn her, she then got ready to leap towards the sky. Then Shiva, in the form of a Brahmana, again asked her. The Brahmana said, "O beautiful one, what type of tapas is being performed by you? Because of that, you are unable to understand anything. Neither has the fire consumed your body, nor has your wish been fulfilled. Therefore, you express your desire correctly before the blissful Brahmana like me, O goddess. You express the thoughts of your mind before me, a Brahmana, appropriately. I have become friendly with you. Therefore, do not conceal anything from me. O goddess, what type of boon is required by you? I want to ask you, because it is in you that the fruit of the penance can be seen. In case you are performing tapas for someone else, then you can do so. The gem is in your hand, leaving that the collection of glass pieces is of no use. Why have you covered your beauty with the bark garments or the animal hide instead of the costumes? You speak out the real purpose of the tapas, hearing which a Brahmana like me could be pleased." Brahma said. When so asked by the Brahmana, then Parvati indicated her maid for giving an answer, and he made her to speak out the factual position. Then, at the instance of Parvati, Vijaya, the dearest maid, spoke to the Brahmacari. The maid said, "O ascetic, I shall narrate the excellent story of Parvati together with the reason for her performing the tapas, in case you be interested in the listening of the same." This friend of mine is the daughter of Giri Raja Himalaya, known by the name of Parvati. Mena is the name of her mother. She has not yet been married. She does not desire anyone else except Shiva to be her husband. For that purpose, she has performed tapas for 3000 years. My friend has started tapas for the same purpose. O ascetic, O Brahmana, I shall speak out the reason for the same, which you please listen. Parvati, in reference to Brahma, Vishnu, Indra, or other gods, would like to have Shiva in the form of a husband. O Brahmana, the trees which had been planted by Parvati earlier are now sprouting and yielding fruits. My friend has been performing severe penance at the advice of Narada to make her beauty fruitful and to establish her father's race. Besides blessing Kama, she has directed her penance towards Lord Shiva. O holy ascetic, it is strange that her desire is not being fulfilled. O excellent Brahmana, I have first told you everything out of my love for her. What more do you want to ask? Brahma said, on hearing the true words of Vijaya, O sage Narada, Shiva, who had arrived there disguised as an ascetic, laughingly said. The ascetic said, the words spoken by the maid look like a big joke. In case it is true, then she should speak out from her own mouth. Brahma said, at these words of the Brahmana with the matted locks of hair, the goddess Parvati repeated the words spoken by her maid from her own mouth to the Brahmana. Iti Shri Shiva Mahapurane Dvitiyayang Rudra Samhitayang Tritiye Parvati Khande Shiva Jatila Sangvado Nama Shadavingshodhyayah. Chapter 27. Talk between Parvati and Brahmacari. Parvati said, O excellent sage with the matted locks of hair, listen to my entire story. Whatever my friend has stated, the things are exactly like that. There is not an iota of falsehood in it. Shiva has been accepted by me in my mind, speech and action, as well as by the means of my ascetic feelings. I am well aware of the fact that it is quite an inaccessible object. How can I attain it? But still, out of my anxiety, I am performing this tapas. Brahma said, after thus speaking to the old Brahmana. Shiva kept quiet, listening to the words of Parvati. The Brahmana said, for so long I had desired that I should leave for my place after knowing from the goddess the purpose for which she had been performing the tapas, and therefore I could go to my place. You can do whatever you like. Had you not spoken to me, the friendship would have become infructuous. As is the karma as well as the destiny, one should speak it out. Brahma said, speaking these words to her, as soon as the Brahmana intended to go, then Parvati, offering her reverence, spoke to the Brahmana again. Parvati said, O excellent Brahmana, where are you going? You stay here for some more talk and talk of my welfare. You stay here for some more time and talk of my welfare. At these words of Parvati, the staff bearer stopped and said, the Brahmana said, by stopping me with devotion, do you want to listen something from me? I am therefore going to talk on the tattva, which would bestow the divine knowledge on you. Mahadeva is quite well known to me. He is the preceptor of dharma. I am speaking out correctly. You listen to me attentively. Mahadeva has a bull for his mount and applies ashes over his body. He has matted locks of hair over the head. The tiger or the deer skin is worn by him. He holds a skull in his hand. The serpents crawl over his body. He consumes poison and the forbidden food. He has 3 eyes and is quite horrible to look at. No one is aware about his birth. He has no home and is deprived of all the pleasures. He is without robes, having 10 hands, and is always surrounded by the ghosts and goblins. What do you desire him as your husband? Where has your intelligence disappeared, O goddess? You just think over and tell me. I had earlier learned about his terrific vrata. I can speak out the same in case you are really interested to listen to it. Due to the move of destiny, Sati, the daughter of Daksha Prajapati, had married Shiva. But what was the pleasure enjoyed her? Learning that Sati was the wife of the skull bearing Shiva, Daksha discarded her. He deprived Shiva of his share of the yajna. Then Sati, realizing her own insult as well as that of her husband, got enraged. She deserted Shiva by ending her own life. You are the gem of the woman, and your father happens to be the king of the mountains. Then, why do you want to achieve such a husband by performing such a hard penance? In exchange for a precious diamond, you intend to get a piece of glass. You intend to apply the mud over your body, discarding the sandal paste, discarding the sunshine. You are desirous of the light of the firefly, disowning the silken cloth. You intend to wear the leather. Shedding away the comfortable living in the house, you intend to be a forest dweller. Discarding the excellent treasure, you intend to collect the iron. Leaving aside Indra and other Lokapalas, you aspire to get Shiva as your husband. This is not at all proper. It is also against the worldly conventions. On the other hand, on the one hand, you have the eyes resembling the lotus petals, whereas Shiva has three eyes, while you are moon faced, and on the other hand, Shiva has five faces. On your head, you have a beautiful and divine plaited hair resembling a she serpent, while Shiva wears the well known matted locks of hair. While the sandal paste has been applied over your body, but the limbs of Shiva have been plastered with ashes of the cremation ground. While you are clad in silken garments, but Shiva is clad in elephant hide. While your body is adorned with divine ornaments, on the other hand, serpents are entwined over the body of Shiva. While you are served by the gods, but Shiva is served by the goblins and ghosts. While cymbals are played in your home, and on the other hand, Shiva has the double drum, Damaru, in his possession. You have the auspicious sound of the drums, while Shiva has the inauspicious horn to serve as a sound. On the one hand is the sound of double drum, and on the other is the sound of the throats of ghosts and goblins. Therefore, there is no matching beauty between the two of you. In case he had possessed the riches, he would never have remained naked. Bull is his vehicle, therefore it appears that he possesses nothing. The virtues of the grooms who could provide comforts to the ladies have to be taken into consideration. Virupaksha, Shiva, has no virtues absolutely. On the other hand, Kamadeva, who is quite dear to you, out has also been burnt out by him. He, after honoring you, left for some other place, deserting you at the same time. No one is aware of his caste. He His education is also unknown. The ghosts assist him, and he has the poison in his throat. He always remains alone and is particularly unattached. Therefore, you do not get attracted towards Shiva. You have the beautiful garland around your neck, while Shiva wears the garland of skull. Your body has been applied with cosmetics of sandalwood, whereas the body of Shiva is smeared with ashes of the cremation ground. O goddess, the features and beauties of yourself as well as Shiva are of opposite direction. At least it does not appeal me. You may, however, do whatever you like. All whatever has to be discarded is now being desired by you. You may now detract your mind from him. Otherwise, you can do whatever you like. Brahma said, listening to the words of the Brahmana denouncing Shiva. Parvati felt enraged and she spoke to him. Iti Shri Shiva Mahapurane Dvitiyayang Rudra Samhitayang Tritiye Parvati Khande Brahmacari Pratarana Vakya Varnanang Nama Saptavingshodhyayah.